Welcome students, this is myself Akshay Kumar Srivastav and this is my new video class 4 class 7 chapter 4 is that moving ahead with Flash CS3 and today's topic is that is given on your book page number 47 is that symbols and instances. A symbol is a reusable graphical object like image, animation or a button stored in the Flash library. Once a symbol has been stored in the library, it can be dragged from there onto the stage any number of times during the creation of the animation. Each time you drag a symbol from the library onto the stage, you create an instance of the symbol. An instance can therefore be defined as an occurrence of a symbol on the stage. So what is that symbol? A symbol is a reusable graphical objects like any image, any animation, any button, any movie clip is a graphical object, and that is the known as a symbol which you can reuse in the Adobe Flash CS3. Okay, and that symbols are already stored in the Flash library. Once a symbol has been stored in the library, it can be dragged from here and there and onto the stage. You can drag that graphical objects onto the stage from the library, and you have to during the creation and you have to free to create the animation or any video. Okay, so each time you drag a symbol from the library onto the stage, you create an instance of the symbol. When you drag a symbol from the library onto the stage, you have to create an instance. So an instance can be therefore be defined as an occurrence of a symbol on the stage. When we have put any symbol on the stage, then we have created an instance, and this is the instance. Instance is to be defined as an occurrence of a symbol on the stage. Every time if we put a symbol on the stage, then we create a instance. So now next topic is converting a graphic to a symbol. Any graphic that you draw on the stage can be converted into a symbol. The steps to do it are: first, select a graphic drawn on the stage, click on the modify convert to symbol options. The convert to symbol dialog box appears. So like that, convert to symbol dialog box, and here is the name of the symbol. Type the name of your symbol here. Duck. In this book this is type in duck. Okay, and which type of document is that? This is a movie clip, this is a button, or this is a graphics. So select either the movie clip or the graphic options to define your symbol type. And now fourth, click on the OK button, and the selected object will convert it to a symbol and it will be added to the library. So that this is the way you can create any graphical object into a symbol. And when you created a graphical object into a symbol, and that will be added into the Flash library, and from that Flash library you have to free to use that symbols on the stage. Okay, selected image, this is the view in which the selected image this is converted into a symbol. Okay, so creating an instance of a symbol onto stage. First, I have converted any symbol into any graphical object into a symbol, and this way you have to use that symbol on a stage. Okay, how you can use any symbol, any instance of a symbol on a stage? So once we have converted a graphics into a symbol, we can place any number of instances of it on the stage by following the steps listed below. Open the library panel by clicking at window library. So there is the option window, you have to click. I will show you. This is the window. When you click on that window, there is the option menu came. On that menu you have to select a library options. Okay, so on that library options you will see the list of symbols listed in the library. There are many types of symbols are listed in a library already. So from that window, click on the library options. You have to select which symbol you want to on a stage. Okay, so click at the name of the symbol and drag it onto the stage. Okay, and release the left mouse button to create an instance of the symbol on the stage. So from that library you have to drag the left mouse button and put that symbol onto the stage. This is the library where the symbols are stored. From that I have dragged the left mouse button to create an instance of the symbol on the stage, and that the symbol will presented on the stage. Similarly, you can create as many instances of the symbol on the stage. You can use the free transfer tool to resize or rotate the symbol. You can also use the selection tool to move the symbol from one place to another. When you put a symbol from the library onto the stage, this is the border from, this is the free transfer tool, free transform tool. You can resize, you can increase the size, you can decrease the size, you can rotate the symbol what you want, then you can do it easily with the symbol. Okay, and you can delete an instance of a symbol from the stage simply by selecting it first using the selection tool and then pressing the delete key from the keyboard. If you want to delete a symbol, then it is very easy. First you select a symbol and then press the delete key from the keyboard. Deleting the instance of a symbol has no effect on the symbol stored in the library. If you delete any symbol from the stage, then it will be not affected that a symbol is stored in the library. Okay, if you delete any symbol from the stage, that means is not that a symbol is stored in a library will be deleted. Okay, so to change the color and the other properties of the symbol, use the property inspector window. I will tell you, this is the property inspector window, show the properties of each and every object. So here you can change the color. Okay, from there you have to size, change the stroke thickness and whatever any, change the fill color from here. Click to select a line style, border style, dotted, which type of line you want, dotted line, arrow line, which type. Then you can use the property inspector window to change the color and other properties of the symbol. Okay, now next is understanding the timeline. The area of the Flash document between the title bar and the stage is known as the timeline. A typical timeline of a Flash document and its various components are shown below. This is the timeline. Okay, so what is the timeline? A timeline is the area in a Flash document between the title bar and the stage. I will show you this. Look, this is the Adobe Flash CS3 Professional window. The area between the title bar and the stage. This is the title bar, and student, this is the stage, and this area between this red bordered area, it is known as a timeline. This is the timeline window, timeline screen, timeline partition of the Adobe Flash CS3. Okay, so between the title bar and the stage, the area is known as a timeline, and that timeline has a various types of components. So, and a typical timeline of Flash document and its various components are shown below. So what there's, this is the frames, various frames, this is the layers, this frame with a dot is a keyframe, this is a keyframe, this is the scene, which scene 1, scene 2, various scene. When you shoot any movie, like any movie, then there are various scenes. So here also various types of scene, you can easily create scenes. Okay, and this is the current frame, this is the frame rate, which type of frame rates, edit bar, and this is the timeline window. Okay, so let us now understand the important parts of the timeline in a little more detail. Scene. A Flash movie generally consists of several scenes. Let us learn to create movies with a single scene. Whenever we open a document in Flash to work in, we will be working in scene 1. Okay, but we can add as many scenes to a document as we like by using the scene option of the insert menu. Okay, so scene, generally a scene, remember here is a scene description is here. Scenes are individual segments of a Flash movie, just like scenes of the movies that you watch on television or in theaters. One scene is different from the other, shot at a different time, at a different location, and may be shot using different actors. These individual scenes are put together in a proper sequence to create a full-length movie. Students, when any movie shooting is going on, then there are various types of scenes. One by one the scenes are shooted at the different locations, different times, with different actors. And when all that shooting is over, then all that scenes are putting together in a proper sequence to create a full length movie. So in this Adobe Flash CS3, you can also, when you create any animation, then you can use a scene. So a Flash movie generally consists of several scenes. So let us learn to create movies with a single scene. Whenever we open a document window in a Flash to work in, we will working in the scene 1. By default, that scene 1 is, look here, by default this is a scene 1. Okay, when you created a scene 1, it will be completed. Then you can easily add as many scenes to a document as we like by using the scene option of the insert menu. If you add 2 scene, 3 scene and more scenes, then you can easily click on the insert menu, and in that insert menu there is a scene option is available. From that scene option you can easily shoot various types of scene. Next is the layers. A scene may contain several layers in it. Layers are like a transparent sheets stacked on the top of